Well, hello everybody. we have a situation this week where last week didn't turn out too well. I don't know enough about YouTube, I guess, to tell you what happened, but they have right now. Actually, it says we have a bad connection.
Uh-oh.
So I don't know if you're even seeing us at all. It could be. Now it says good.
Okay.
Now it says it's streaming again.
Woo-hoo!
Okay. Well, this is getting troublesome, my friends. We have for those of you that don't know or don't know us, we live miles from civilization, and we don't have anything remotely high tech available to us for streaming or for YouTube or for any kind of internet connection at all. Last week it worked out poorly for us. It turns out that we had a similar situation where we couldn't get it started, but I had to use what they call the secondary or the backup stream. And when it was done, the volume was really low. And after a few days, it actually just started saying on the website, this live stream has ended. And it's like it didn't record it for people to watch again later. So we had a bad start again tonight. Dee was just saying maybe we ought to just start like recording these in the afternoon and then just put them up or something. But it's kind of fun to do them live, but I don't know if we're going to be able to keep doing that with this internet situation we have. If we do them like if we did them say the night before and then the next time during the day, we usually have pretty good connection in the daytime, but we have to actually use a telephone, a cell phone with a hotspot in order to do this thing in the nighttime like this. Oh, I'm so sorry. Anyway, be that as it may, it came out so bad last week. We thought we were going to throw the whole thing out, and then I thought, well, there's songs I wanted to do, so we're going to do them again. And so this is kind of what do they call
do over?
Yeah, do over. Or it's episode 4, part do. How do they say it on that? Do. What's the friend? Yeah, that thing. So anyway, we're sorry about last week. Hope it comes out better this week. So. Sky of blue and the deep green sea, and snails and butterflies' wings, rolling hills and wandering streams, all ruled by the King of Kings. See, now I'm all flustered. You and me and the redwood tree, and the fox and the sugar cane, pussy willows, robin's nest, lion's dens, they all magnify his name. Glorious Prince on high, I love you and I know why, 'cause every time I turn around I see your, oh, it's doing it again. You're so good, so wise, so kind, it's you I'll always serve. Full moon, new moon, autumn or spring, waterfalls and I'm refreshed. Snow white gulls upon the wing, oh Lord, how the earth's been blessed. Country lane, summer rain, newborn foal, a barnyard scene for all. Bubbling brook, Bible book, panting doe, nothing less than the Savior's call. Glorious Prince on high, I love you and I know why, 'cause every time I turn around I see your wondrous works. You're so good, so wise, so kind, it's you I'll always You're so good, so wise, so kind, it's you I'll always serve. I'm not happy.
Well, it just says they may experience buffering.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll finish this up just like as if we actually did have access to the internet. And if it turns out that you guys can see it all right, then that's good. If not, if I when the show's over and I go back to look at it, if it's all messed up, I'm gonna delete it, take it down. We'll just sit here. We'll do the whole show again tonight on a different program. We'll just capture it, and then I'll upload it, and Dee will tell you when it's going to be ready. Okay.
Well, the next song we're gonna do is called Mrs. McSheep. It's from a fairy tale that both of us had heard versions of when we were kids, and growing up, sometimes I ran into people who said, "Well, fairy tales aren't true, so they're not good to tell." But there are things that are true but not real, and there are things that are real but not true. And Mrs. McSheep is one of those things that has truth in it. Before we do that, I want to also tell you about our CD called Homesteading. That was our first CD we ever did. Found out last
It was our first album we ever did. Not
well,
our first CD.
yeah, well,
Now it's a CD, but it wasn't.
New lingo. First vinyl we ever did.
Yeah.
It is on CD Baby now. It's also available on Spotify. And you have to look at it as from the Pattons, because that's what we were called back then. So here we go with Mrs. McSheep.
No, that's the wrong song. Here's the right one.
Mrs. McSheep went a shopping one day. Lammies weren't well, so at home they must stay. Don't you let anyone in while I'm gone. And be good, dear lammies, 'cause I won't be long. Soon after she left, came a voice at the door. It said, "Let me in." Lammies just said, "What for?" "Dear little ones, it's your mother, you know." Lammies said, "Mother's voice isn't so low." Wolf practiced making his voice sweet and high. He ate lots of sugar and gave it a try. But Lammies looked up and said, "It's all a lie, because you are gray and our mother is white." Wolf, he just ran straight up to the mill, jumped in some flour, came out white as wool. Lammies now arguing couldn't agree. Two ran and hid, but one opened to see. Mother came home, found the door was ajar. "Where are my children?" she shouted for fear. The two said the wolf had taken the one. They didn't know where the brother had gone. moral of this song is, it's not always clear what the right or the wrong is. The way to find out is to watch and to pray, and don't let the wolf in or he'll take you away.
Well, introduce this song? Is this what, song 4?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Next we come to song 4 from The Selfish Giant. In the story, this is where the children realize that they've been shut out of the giant's garden. When he comes home and finds them there, he gets mad, he throws them out, he builds a wall, he puts up a sign that says, "Trespassers will be eaten." And so the kids no longer have a place to play, and that's where we come to our song.
I think the sign said, "Trespassers will be prosecuted," but
Yeah, well, but he was a very selfish giant.
that's true.
He was a very selfish giant, so the children had no place to play. Seems he only loved the giant in his lovely garden. Lonely he would stay. Children played on the dusty road, but it was rough and full of stones. So they wandered round the garden wall, and they wept for what he had done. He was a very selfish giant, so the children had no place to play. Seems he only loved the giant in his lovely garden. Lonely he would stay. Children played on the mountainside, but it was covered with stones. So they gazed out toward the garden wall. If only he had never come home.
Well, we're going to do our tribute songs now tonight. For those of you that haven't seen us before, we like to do a couple of songs each week that are sort of a tribute to the songs that helped shape us musically. And tonight we're going to do a couple from some American and British groups. The American group that we're going to start off with was a group called the Lovin' Spoonful. They were a really I guess a feel-good band. They were songs that always made you smile, made you tap your feet, made you feel good. And John Sebastian was an amazing songwriter, and we want to do this tribute to them right now. And this was their first hit called "Do You Believe in Magic?" 1, 2, 3, 4. Do you so for our next song, I'm going to change instruments here. The the group we're going to do a song from now was one of the groups that came over in the British invasion. They were called Peter and Gordon, and they had their talents. They also had a little hidden secret, which was that Peter Asher happened to be the brother of Jane Asher, who was Paul McCartney's girlfriend at the time, and so they had the advantage of having some really good songwriters at their beck and call, and so most of their early hits were all written by Lennon McCartney tunes, and so they had some great songs. But I wanted to do one that was not one of the Lennon McCartney tunes, so you could see that they still had talent, and this was a song that they got from a songwriter by the name of Del Shannon, who most of you would have known for doing songs like Runaway and Hats Off to Larry and that. He was a good songwriter, and this is one of his tunes that was done by Peter Gordon. It's called I Go to Pieces. When I see you walking down the street, I get so shaky and I feel so weak. Till my eyes look the other way, but they don't seem to hear a word I say. And I go to pieces and I wanna hide. Go to pieces and I almost die every time my baby passes by. Till my arms will hold someone new, another love that will be true. They don't listen, they don't seem to care. They reach for her, but she's not there. And I go to pieces and I wanna hide. Go to pieces and I almost die every time my baby passes by. I remember when she said goodbye, baby, we'll meet again soon, maybe. But until we do, all my best to you. I'm so lonely, think about her only. Go to places we used to go, but I know she'll never show. She hurt me so much inside. Now I hope she's satisfied. And I go to pieces and I wanna hide. Go to pieces and I almost die every time my baby passes by. I go to pieces and I cry every time my baby passes by. I go to pieces and I cry every time my baby passes by. Now, lest you think I was dissing Peter and Gordon, I wasn't. Peter Asher was actually a very talented producer, and after him and Gordon Waller stopped performing together, he became a producer for other people, and he made a lot. He sold millions and millions of records as a producer, and he produced some people that you might have heard of. He produced some people like, I don't know, James Taylor, Linda Ronstadt, Bonnie Raitt, even Cher, and so he was a good talent, and I really appreciate what they did. So that's all I got for the tributes this week.
Well, we're gonna do one more song, and this song is kind of a tribute in itself, not so much in song form, but to one of our favorite writers, one of my favorite writers of all time. This writer was a huge influence on C.S. Lewis. Between this gentleman, who C.S. Lewis didn't have him there, all he had was his writings to influence him, and J.R. Tolkien, those were the two influences that really led C.S. Lewis to the Lord. This guy's name was George MacDonald. He was from Scotland. And he was a guy who just couldn't catch a break when it came to ministry. He wanted to be a pastor. He had a bunch of kids, something like 9 kids, and he was too sick to work a blue-collar type job. And so the only thing he really had that he could do was write, and so that's what he did. He wrote all kinds of stuff. He wrote kids' books, fairy tales, romances, sermon collections, and there is probably no other writer like him ever. Lots of good writers in this world, but he is a huge influence on me in terms of how I think about God and how I relate to him as a person. And so this song is called He Who Seeks the Father, and it comes from a quote from George MacDonald. And we would like to do that song for you now.
Let's see, how does this one start?
He who seeks the Father more than anything he can give. He who seeks the Father is not likely to ask amiss. He who seeks the Father more than anything he can do. He who seeks the Father can trust the Father to see him through. We struggle with wrong and right. How could it be black or white? We wonder with selfish hearts where the selfishness really starts. We sit and we make our plans, and then we pray to those ends. How is it we wonder why when the heavens are cold and dry? He who seeks the Father more than anything he can give. He who seeks the Father is not likely to ask amiss. He who seeks the Father more than anything he can do. He who seeks the Father can trust the Father to see him through. We think about what we lack, but seldom of what we have. We beg for the Lord to bless, but where is our thankfulness? We can't see the Father's eyes, his arms that are open wide. Well, when will we finally see in his love we have everything we need? And he who seeks the Father more than anything he can give. He who seeks the Father is not likely to ask amiss. everybody, that's the last song for the night.
That's it. And I'll check the video as soon as we're done here and see if it turned out as bad as it appears it might have. If it's really bad, then I'll delete it. We'll do the thing again, and I'll just upload it, and we'll have to figure out if we're going to be able to keep doing these live out here in the country with this hick town internet.
Well, I hope we do keep doing them, and whether we can do them live or not remains to be seen. But if you guys like At Home with Jim and Dee, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can go to Facebook and Jim and Dee Music and like that.
Yeah, there's something I saw today. They said, Dee told me there's a thing you can share. I guess you can share, if you like this, you can share it with other people. You can hit the like button and all kinds of things.
Right.
And they tell me that's supposed to help us somehow. So if you do that, we'd appreciate it. And worst case scenario, we'll redo this one, and then we'll see you next week.
So if you've had a hard time, come back later and
and try it. And try it again.